it's Miss Shaw, and today I'm making spaghetti with sauce. Now you're going, I already know how to do that. Well, sometimes kids do know how to do them, and sometimes they don't. Sorry for itching my nose. A hair came by. Anyways, I got off of spring break, so I did do another video on something else. So sometimes you may see me in the same outfit. The only reason you're seeing me in the same outfit is because, well, I'm making more than one video on the day. And because now I'm back at work, and next week will be like Monday through Friday. Because I was working Monday, Tuesday. I worked from home on Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday I had to go back in and teach. Well, now I'm teaching Monday through Friday. So I don't get a lot of time to actually cook. And being back off of spring break, usually I would have like leftover food that I bring home because I usually see my parents. And I didn't bring any food home. So I looked in my freezer and see what I had. Nothing. Well, I had some stuff, but I didn't want to cook it. And then I thought, well, you know what? Let's make an inexpensive meal that is really sometimes easy for people to do, especially the kids I teach. The first thing is pasta. Now, I'm using spaghetti noodles. I'm going to use the whole wheat pasta. Now, some people go, yuck! Well, that's okay. You don't have to use whole wheat. I also have this big old box of angel hair I have not gotten into yet. Now, something I do want to tell you before I even go with the sauce, making the pasta and starting that all up. If, say for some instance, you make more spaghetti than you had planned on, keep the leftover spaghetti. You can use it for your the video I had on chicken teriyaki, which mostly you cut up your chicken, you fry it up. I call it stir fry. Excuse me. I'm trying to remember. Stir fry it. Put the soy sauce in, and then you put the spaghetti in it. It's kind of like the lo mein noodles. If you don't have lo mein noodles, the spaghetti will work just fine. Mix it all in. Poof. You're done. Also, if you have spaghetti and you do have your soy sauce and you might have a few vegetables that are left over, perfect. Stick it in the fry pan. I might even do a video on that, but I don't have any more soy sauce. Stick the soy sauce in, stick the noodles in, stick your vegetables in, cook them up, do stir fry, and you're all set. Okay, so that's like a couple extra things I did with the spaghetti. But for right now, we are going to turn the water on to high. Now, I did not salt or oil the water yet. It is your choice if you want to salt it, or if you want to put oil in it. I'm going to salt it just because a lot of people do. How you salt the water is you take a handful of salt right in the palm of your hands. Okay? And then you put it in. Some people really salt the water. Some do a little. If you have to be very careful on your salt content, do not salt the water. Just put the oil in it. It will still do the same thing. Okay? Now, it's on high, so this is going to boil. Now, a spaghetti pasta is usually about $1, maybe under $1. So this is great, really inexpensive to have on hand and just to keep on hand, okay? Especially when you are, like if you're on a budget and you can use a lot of things. The next thing we're going to do is we have some pans. We have a pan. This is Prego. This is flavored meat. Sometimes you can get spaghetti sauce for $1. I've gotten, I think it was Hunt's spaghetti sauce for $1. Okay? And especially if they're on sale, get a variety of them. Your spaghetti sauces will come in very handy, even to use for other meals. You can use spaghetti sauce when you're doing your lasagna. You can use spaghetti sauce like I'm doing here. Okay? So I am shaking it out. Now I'm doing it to 5, a little bit less because this is going to bubble. Now, this is the meat flavor. If you have hamburger, if you have some hamburger, maybe it's leftover hamburger or you like hamburger in with your sauce, I would probably have another pan, cook up your hamburger, okay? Like mash it up and cook it up. If you have kids around, a lot of times this is also good for the kids to learn, okay? Especially when they're taking time. Now, if you have a child, like, and you have a little area, this side of the counter where they are is really good, for them to be in. Sometimes cooking might be on the other side, but teaching your kids how to cook, even at a very young age, is really important. Also, if you are an older sibling watching this, teaching your kids how to eat, teaching your younger sisters and brothers how to cook is also very important. Okay. Now, would I recommend a very young person to do the water? No. An 8 or 9-year-old, depending on their maturity level, I would suggest it. Okay. I did croutons in my other video. That, tossing them when we're doing croutons, that's a great way to do it. Now, also teach your kids, when they hear the pop, pop, pop in here, teach them to turn it down to a lower number, to a smaller number. See, we're doing math. To like a 3 or a 2, or if you want to, down to low. Then teach them or give them the spoon and then have them stir. And they go, ah! Give them a long spoon. Even if they're like back here, they can learn to stir. Okay? And with wooden spoons, just like white spoons, sorry, my nose is itching, they're going to get stained. But that shows you that they're being used. Okay? So, right now, this is warming up. If you have meatballs, stick them in ahead of time with the sauce. The sauce really gets can go into it, the flavor. If you don't have meatballs and you do not have spaghetti, I know sometimes you can use breakfast sausage. Like if you have some breakfast sausage, the links, especially the links, warm them up, defrost them, like in the microwave, cut them up and stick them in here. I've done it before. You can, if say you have some shrimp, like I go with the cooked shrimp. I will not do the raw, like the gray color shrimp. The ones that are already pre-cooked. Thaw them out, take the tails off, and you can stick them right in the sauce. Some different ways to use it. Now, shrimp is a little bit more expensive, so if you don't have shrimp, don't worry about it. Breakfast sausage, like the beef breakfast sausage, that is perfect to put in, just because, you know, you got food. You got some meat in there, especially if you like meat with your spaghetti. Okay? Now, this is starting to boil. There are 2 ways to cook the pasta. My friend, the way she cooks her pasta is she puts everything in at once and lets it go. She does not use a timer. She does not. She just goes and I guess she guesses the time. Like with me, I have to use a timer, and this is not good sauce. It's pasta. Yeah. I was taking some out, and if the spaghetti comes out in clumps, just throw it away. So we're going to use the angel here. So as you know, sometimes. Now I do say pasta does not go bad. It does not go bad, but sometimes bugs do get into it and start eating it. So if a pasta is ever comes out and it's like sticking to each other, throw it out. It's $1. Don't waste $1 on a $1,000 medical bill. Just throw it away. Okay? Get another pasta. Sorry, I'm seeing something. I saw something I didn't like on the pasta, so I'm just going to throw that part away. Okay. So, there we go. It's in there. And am I joking you by her doing that? No. She knows how well to cook the sauce and the pasta and everything. We used to be roommates, but she moved out and she is doing well. I haven't talked to her in a while, but she always made good food. I almost felt like allowing her to just cook. So, this is an interesting pasta. It looks like it's got curved. There we go. Put this away. Now I am using angel hair. Some people use angel hair. Some people use thin spaghetti. Some use regular spaghetti. Okay. So, this will be, I think it will be for like 7 minutes, if I remember correctly. Oh no, 4 to 6 minutes. And when you hear that, you can just turn your water down. It doesn't need to be whooshing all over the place. Now you also see that sometimes I use the same spoon in the in here as I do in here. Okay? So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this because by the time I pause it will be 13 minutes and then we're going to come back once this gets done and then I might turn this up a little bit. So I got done with the spaghetti and I did make a lot, not knowing it, based on the sauce and the spaghetti ratio. It is not correct. So, as I said, hold on 1 second. You can use the extra spaghetti later for something else, okay? So, I'm going to forgot to move these from the last time. The last video. Okay. I'm just going to put some spaghetti in here. Okay, so I just took like a little bit. Now I have some leftover food. Let me see. And I like to do my spaghetti sauces separate, not together, because some people like a lot of sauce on their spaghetti. Some don't want any sauce. They just want some butter. And some may want just a little bit of sauce. Now, I also grabbed, while we were paused, some cheese. This is the Italian blend cheese, but if you might have some fresh Parmesan or Romano that you have, or some cheddar cheese, that would be fine. Maybe Maybe you have some, whatever type of shredded cheddar cheese you have, that's fine. Some actually have the dried cheese. I used to have that when I was younger, and that stays a lot longer than this. But then I found out I like real cheese, like fresh. I guess you would call it fresh cheese or fresher cheese on my spaghetti. So, anyways, I was going to put some sausages in here, but I only had the sausage patties, and I want to keep them for when I make my pancakes. So, here you go. Now, as I said, if you make too much spaghetti, keep it, and then use like maybe some other ingredients you have. Like if you have some extra soy sauce because you had Chinese at one time and it's like in a drawer, use that. Teriyaki sauce, you can use that. I really recommend the soy sauce, not the teriyaki. But, use what you have. Maybe have some butter noodles. Like put some butter on it and you have butter noodles. I also used cashew chicken. Like I had cashews and I had chicken. I made cashew chicken. So instead of rice, grab your spaghetti, mix that in with the chicken and the sauce and stuff, and put it as a meal. Broccoli and chicken. You've seen me make the broccoli and chicken. Instead of the rice, you have your leftover spaghetti. Add that to it, and you can mix up. Think outside the box, I always say. Just think outside the box. Think of ways in which you can make a meal. You can create a meal using the tools you have. So, take care, everybody. Love you, and